So, Freunde, willkommen zu einer neuen Folge von Baldur's Gate 3. Meine Güte, das war ein wilder Ritt gewesen. Oder will jemand mit mir sprechen? Lass mich raten. Brauchst was zum Naschen?
My condition likes being ignored as little as I do. I must consume another artifact. And soon.
So, was ist das Nutzloseste, was ich dir geben kann? 2 Züge lang Wucht. Nimm das.
Thank you.
Gerne. Ich weiß aber immer noch nicht, warum du hier in Unterhosen vor mir stehst. Gott, ich sehe so wild aus.
Good gods. It hardly has any effect. Oh, Mister, have mercy on us all. Listen, I need to speak to you, to all of you. It would be unconscionable of me to remain silent.
Nur zu, ihr seid unter Freunden.
I might just be about to remedy that. You have to know who I was. You have to know who I really am.
Okay.
What I am is a walking shadow of the promise I once held. I'm what one might call a wizard prodigy. Who from an early age could not only control the weave, but compose it. Much like a musician or a poet. Such was my skill that it earned me the attention of the mother of magic herself. The Lady of Mysteries. The goddess Mystra. She revealed herself to me and she became my teacher. In time, she became my muse. And later, even my lover.
Wollt ihr etwa sagen, ihr habt mit einer Göttin geschlafen?
Oh, yes. We enjoyed each other's company. Body, mind, and soul. But even so, I desired more. You see, no matter how powerful a wizard we mortals can become, we never scratch more than the surface of the weave.
Okay.
Mystra keeps us in check. There are boundaries she doesn't let us cross. Yet, every time I was with her, I stood on the precipice, gazing into the wonders that lay beyond. I sought to cross her boundaries.
Wie genau habt ihr versucht, diese Grenzen zu überqueren?
I tried to convince her. I pouted. I pleaded. Swore my ambition was only to serve her better. She only smiled and told me to be contented. But inconceivable as it seems to me now, I shared a bed with a goddess, and yet I wasn't satisfied. So I sought to prove myself worthy to her instead. We come now to the crux of my folly. Shall I share the story behind it, or would you rather head straight to its sordid finale?
Na, wenn denn alles. Erzählt mir alles.
Very well. Here goes. Once upon a very long time ago, a mighty lord lived in a tower. A flying tower, to be precise. I'll save his history for another time, but the gist of it is that he sought to usurp the goddess of magic so that he could become a god himself. He almost managed, but not quite. And his entire empire, Netheril, came crashing down around him as he turned to stone. The magic that was unleashed that day was phenomenal. Roiling like the prime chaos that outdates creation. Even the weave itself could not withstand the onslaught. It fractured, then shattered, and all magic was lost to the mortal realms. Until the day Mystra returned. She restored the weave, reuniting all its scattered shards. Or so I thought. Until, in the course of my studies, I learned of a book. A Netherese tome in which a piece of the fractured weave had been sealed beyond her reach. What if, I thought, what if, after all this time, I could return this lost part of herself to the goddess?
Was war die Antwort auf diese Frage?
The answer was to try. The outcome was to fail. I was certain that this deed of raw power, draped in romance, would convince Mystra to take me by the hand and welcome me into her hitherto forbidden domains. I was mistaken. I obtained the fabled book and took it into my study. As for what happened next... Here. Place your hand over my heart. Let me show you.
You feel the tadpole quiver as you realize Gale is letting you in, into the dark. You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. A book bound and suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And God's is it ever hungry.
Wie kommt es, dass ihr noch lebt?
Thankfully, the moment I absorbed the fragment wasn't enough to kill me outright. It was only the beginning. This Netherese blight, this orb, for lack of a better word, is balled up inside my chest. And it needs to be fed. As long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent enough sources, it remains quiet. Were it ever to fully destabilize, however.
Nur zu.
I will erupt. I don't know the exact magnitude of the eruption, but given my studies of Netherese magic, I'd say even a fragment as small as the one I carry, it'd level a city the size of Waterdeep.
Unglaublich. Habt ihr je überlegt, was geschieht, wenn die Larve euch übermannt?
Every waking moment. Every dreaming moment, too. But there was no way out. All of this. It must feel like a betrayal. Say the word, and we'll part ways.
Mir liegt zu viel an euch, um euch jetzt zu verlassen, Gale. Wir reisen zusammen weiter.
That is a great relief. Oh, a great relief indeed. You truly are a soul that steals my own. From all my new rallied heart, I thank you. I thank you all. I understand if you stand against me. I'm humbled if you stand with me. Either way, I will do my best not to let you down. I stand at a precipice, but if you do not give up hope, neither shall I. I'll fight. I'll resist as long as I can. Now, even I am tired of the sound of my own voice. Let us venture forth.
Gales Zustand lässt sich durch die Behandlung nicht mehr verbessern. Wir müssen weiterreisen und eine andere Möglichkeit finden, die Kugel zu stabilisieren. Rette die Gnome aus der Grimmschmiede. Die tiefen Gnome sind jetzt frei. Wir sollten mit ihnen sprechen. Reise durch das Unterreich. Wir haben in der Grimmschmiede einen Aufzug gefunden, der uns näher an die Türme des Mondaufgangs heranbringen kann. Wir wurden jedoch von einer Dunkelheit gewarnt, welche die Oberfläche plagt. Wir haben erfahren, dass die absolute Agenten zur Grimmschmiede geschickt hat. Es muss einen Verbindungsweg zwischen der Grimmschmiede und den Türmen des Mondaufgangs geben. Da haben wir quasi zwei Möglichkeiten. So, jetzt muss ich aber ganz kurz mal einen hier lassen. Damit ich dem armen Mann mal hier was anziehen kann. Das ist ja furchtbar. Da hat ihm jemand das letzte Hemd geraubt. Wo ist denn hier unser Freund hier? Unser Augenmann. Muss hin. Da.
No time to rest.
Ach, so viel Aufregung. Ich habe gar nicht mitbekommen, dass wir schon wieder in einer neuen Umgebung hier sind.
Well met.
Hi.
Are you
Yeah.
sure? The blade stands at the ready.
Okay.
And just when things were warming up.
Das ist nicht immer so. Du hast wenigstens noch eine Hose an. Also,
Tell me, what can I do for you?
komm mal mit.
With pleasure. Lead on.
Lead on. So,
Salutations.
jetzt zeig mir mal. Hast du eine Hose an? So, da wenigstens das. Du läufst hier nicht nackig rum. Und wir uns da verstehen. Ach, was haben wir denn da? Oh, ich brauche das umgekehrt. Schlösser öffnen. Stinkende Wolke. Vampirangriff. Oh, auch nicht schlecht. Schneesturm. Oh ja, das brauche ich. Ja. Das brauche ich. So, guter.
All right. What now?
Gutster.
Just what I need.
Tell me, what can I do for you?
Ich habe an diesen mächtigen Herrscher gedacht, von dem ihr in eurer Geschichte erzählt habt.
Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistril, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like. To be a god. To know yourself, to be untouchable. To be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel. And with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistril sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistril, the end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more. An event that came to be known as Karsus's folly.
In diesem Moment war also alle Magie dahin.
For a spell, Mistril was reborn as Mistra. Upon her return, the weave returned with her. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mistra, but to prove my love for her. Try to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go.
Wenn ihr spürt, dass die nesserilische Magie euch überwältigt, was tut ihr dann?
If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I am no longer able to stop it, I will do anything I can to ensure no one but me pays for my mistakes. I will find the remotest place on the surface of Faerun, or perhaps far below in the depths of the Underdark. I will await that death, alone. I promise I will not betray your trust. You kept me by your side despite the menace that I am. If worst comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls.
Hoffen wir mal, dass es dazu nicht kommt, mein Freund. So, noch irgendjemand Redebedarf hier?
Hey, soldier.
Tschüss, gleich. Erstmal Tag beenden. So. Na?
Camp life seems to suit the young owlbear. His coat of feathers seems fuller. His eyes look bright and inquisitive.
Na, wie geht's dir, Scratchy? Wow, wow, wow. Süß. Jetzt tut nicht so, als ob ich das kalt lässt. So, und jemand Ausrufezeichen? Gut, dann gehen wir jetzt schlafen.
Moving in.
Nein, ich wollte das Lager verlassen und nicht reinmoven. So, dann nehmen wir auch mal die Gnomen.
This must have been remarkable. Pity their vision didn't stand the test of time.
All's not lost. I mean, just look at this place.
You've quite the knack for finding the bright side of things, haven't you?
Beldron! I was so worried. Did Near hurt you?
No, no, I'm all right. Did the sergeant hurt you?
Oh, who cares? We're together now, thank Iron Hand.
We ought to thank someone a little closer by, I think. Gale Iron Hand you may not be, but you damn well fight like him. I'm grateful, don't mistake me, but why help us? You're one of them, aren't you?
Auf gar keinen Fall. Mein Geld weiß noch gleich. Der Kult glaubt mich zu besitzen. Das ist was anderes.
That didn't much look like begging, but no complaints from me. Here. The Iron Hand gnomes honor their debts. With Walburn gone, that falls to me.
Make it quick. We need to find Walburn. Now.
You're a little late, Barkus, my lad. He's already been sent to Moonrise Towers. We were just slave hands to the cult, but not Walburn. He knows things. Things they want to know, too.
What has he gotten himself mixed up in now?
Was immer der Kult will, ich will das Gegenteil. Wir müssen euren Freund befreien.
You really would, wouldn't you? But not us. My people can barely stand, and we have business back in the city. That business is what sent us after the powder to begin with. Now, we'll have to make other arrangements.
And just like that, you'd leave Walburn behind. I knew you lot were foolish, but I didn't know you were cruel.
If you knew half as much as you think, my lad, Walburn might have kept you around.
Sollte ich nach Mondaufgang kommen, werde ich sehen, was ich für Walburn tun kann.
He'd admire your resolve and your optimism. My people will find somewhere to regroup across the lake. Then, on to the city. If you find yourself in Baldur's Gate, seek us out. We'll raise a glass to Walburn together.
Wiki.
Wir haben mit der Grimmschmiede einen Aufzug. Ja, das wissen wir schon. Rette Walburn. Wir haben die tiefen Gnome der Grimmschmiede befreit, aber andere ihres Volkes wurden zu den Türmen des Mondaufgangs verschleppt. Darunter ihr Anführer Walburn. Wir wandten uns gegen Nier. Richtig so. Der Einsturz wurde beseitigt. So, was sagt denn hier Dingens dazu?
Just when I was getting used to the sky again.
Wo ist jetzt Sky?
Fear not, Karlak. Sun, moon, and stars will still be there, waiting for us.
Meanwhile, this place is pretty.
Oh, hi. Nee, ich wollte
No book or painting.
mit Frau Tula-Bärenwein wollte ich sprechen. Wo waren die nochmal?
Perhaps our stories might, when we return to the surface.
Ah, hier. Bin ich hier irgendwo? Wo war die gute denn? Es ist hier nicht sehr übersichtlich bei euch. Hier was. Tula! Ich habe gute Neuigkeiten. Wir haben deine Leute befreit.
I'm coming along, just not fast enough. Any word on my people?
Ich habe sie gerettet. Ihr könnt bald mit ihnen rechnen.
You did? Then I owe you more than I can ever repay. Thank you.
Wie lange noch, bis ihr euch rühren könnt?
Don't know. Longer than I'd like, but a slow recovery, still a recovery.
Ihr seid übrigens sehr beliebt. Da sind euch ein paar Jäger auf den Fersen.
Hunters? Scavengers, more like. Waiting out there in the dark for me to die. Of course, I reckon the Myconids are doing the same thing. You've seen how they put the dead to work. This damned place. Once my people are free, I promise you, we will not be coming back.
Na, seht ihr, alle glücklich, wir sind glücklich. Raus hier.
What did you mean before, Gale?
Hm?
A woman with shadows for eyes, you said.
Merely that if the eyes are the mirror to the soul, yours have dark curtains across the mirror. No offense taken, I heard.
Not necessarily. I haven't made up my mind about you yet.
Worum geht's hier, Freunde?
May the darkness protect you.
Ich will über all das reden, was uns widerfahren ist.
Fine. What's on your mind?
Was haltet ihr davon, was aus dem Druidenhain geworden ist?
I suppose some would commend our actions. Goblins would have raised that whole place to nothing if it weren't for us. No excuse to rest on our laurels, though. We've still got our own problems to contend with.
Wie bewähre ich mich eurer Meinung nach?
How are you holding up? Don't be so modest. I can't remember the last time I met someone like you. Perhaps I never did. And never will again.
What
What's on your mind?
Also wegen unserer Larvenkräfte.
You really did it, huh? Not worried about adding more illithid into the mix? Well, what can I say? You look fine, smell fine, seem fine. And yet, you're more mind flayer than ever. Hope you don't expect me to follow your lead in this.
Überhaupt nicht.
Good. And you know, keep an eye on yourself. If you start feeling loopy, shout. We don't know what these tadpoles are capable of.
Na klar. Okay, cool. Also wenn ich das richtig gesehen habe, haben wir jetzt mehrere Möglichkeiten, hier wegzukommen. Ja, also, der Aufzug hört sich natürlich nicht so gut an. Kisienki. Aber wo sind die? Achso, das war beim Gebirgspass. Ja, na, da gehen wir auf jeden Fall nicht hin. Recht schon probiert? Schade.
Let's see.
Dein Abenteuer geht weiter. Vergewissere dich, dass du alles erledigt hast, ehe du den nächsten Schritt wagst. Ah, na warte dann doch nicht. Warte mal, ich habe doch hier ein Stäbchen für den einen. 5 bis 12. Was hast du denn hier? Guck mal, kriegst von mir was Geileres. Süß, eben so eine kleine Armbrust, so bip, bip. Und wir haben immer noch die Stiefel. Sehr gut. Heißt das, wir betreten den nächsten Story-Abschnitt? Dann soll es so sein. Kein Grund hier aufzuhören. Oder? Ich meine, so ein großer Schritt sollte natürlich selber erlegt sein, ne? Ich habe eine Idee. Keinen Ärger machen jetzt. Ich überlege, ob ich jemand anderes mitnehme.
Speak.
Obwohl, eigentlich wollte ich ja Gale mitnehmen. Schattenherz brauchen wir, wie gesagt, auch. Und Karlach, die ist ein wundervoller Tank und außerdem ist sie relativ neu. Na, wir lassen die Zusammenstellung mal so. Oder? Egal. Auf jeden Fall mache ich jetzt Schluss, weil wenn jetzt wirklich ein neuer Story-Abschnitt beginnt, dann werden wir natürlich hier Schluss machen und werden hier nichts Neues anbrechen. Denn wir sehen uns erst am Montag wieder, Freunde. Montag geht es erst weiter mit Baldur's Gate zur gewohnten Uhrzeit. Und ich bin gespannt, ob wir jetzt in den nächsten großen Story-Abschnitt reinrutschen. Aber wenn er mich so explizit darauf hinweist, dann könnte das vielleicht sogar schon Akt 2 sein. Ich weiß gar nicht, wie lange wir hier schon. Wie lange sind wir denn jetzt schon dabei? Ja. 15 Stunden bestimmt, ne? So ungefähr. Ja. Ja, doch. 15 Stunden dürften es eigentlich schon so ungefähr sein. Könnte also sehr gut sein, dass wir dann eventuell schon in den nächsten Abschnitt reinrutschen. Wir werden es sehen in der nächsten Folge. Denkt daran, Montag, morgen nicht. Montag geht es weiter mit Baldur's Gate 3. Vielen Dank fürs Zusehen und bis zum nächsten Mal, Freunde.